you never really have a mistake. It's just about learning from what you do wrong so that you can do it better the next time around. So, I think my problem on the live lesson, part of it, was that I didn't have enough water in my cups. So, I have now filled all my cups up. I'm going to use the big clear cups the whole time because I think you could see them easier. And we're going to try this again. I will try not to take quite as long as I usually do. I just miss you guys, and I'm not used to not talking all day. So, okay, I'm going to start with my 3 primary colors. And I'm going to follow the recipe just like it says on our color wheel recipe page. So, for my red, yellow, blue, I'm going to fill this all the way up to 10 milliliters. That's going to be equal to 4 in this case. So I've got my 10 milliliters of red, my 10 milliliters of yellow, almost 10, not quite, and then my 10 milliliters of blue. Now my goal, just like with the crayons, is that I'm going to make all of these colors using just red, yellow, and blue rather than mixing a yellow and green like you could in some cases to get the yellow-green color. I'm going to follow the recipe of the 4 parts. So in order to make our green, orange, and violet, which are our secondary colors, I am going to mix half yellow, half blue. Since I'm using 10 milliliters, that means I'm going to use 5 milliliters of each color. But I'm also, because I'm going to use each color twice, I'm going to try to do this a little bit smarter too. So I'm going to use 5 milliliters of the blue in my green. And then I'm going to use 5 milliliters of the blue in my violet. And I keep doing that same thing. So then, to make the other half of the green, I'm going to use half of my 10 milliliters. So I'm going to use 5 milliliters of yellow. Look at that green. It's showing up so much better this time. And then the other half is going to go into what's going to become our orange. The last one I need to do is red. So I'm going to fill it up to 10 milliliters. And then I'm going to do half of those 10 milliliters into my violet. Let's see how this one comes out. Okay, that's mixing to a pretty decent purple color. It's a little bit difficult to see. Let's see if I can get my lighting a little better. There, you can kind of see the purple a little bit better there. And the other half is going to go into the yellow. Hopefully this creates a little bit more of an orange. Oh yeah, that's much better of an orange than what I had the first time. Definitely more orange than red. All right, so then for the tertiary colors, we're kind of going through the same exact process. Should have left my gloves on. For the tertiary colors, basically, if I was going to get my syringe full of color out of these, my tertiary would basically be 50-50 of each of the colors that are right next to it. So for turquoise, I would do 50% of green, 50% blue. Since we're using just the red, yellow, and blue, the primary colors to make our tertiary, our mixture is going to be a little bit different, and that's where the 3 parts to 1 part and 1 part to 3 parts comes into play. So, I always like to start with a favorite color, chartreuse. So, because chartreuse is going to be 3 parts yellow and 1 part blue, I am going to use all the way down to 2.5 milliliters, which means I've used up 7.5 milliliters into my yellow cup, or into my yellow-green cup. The rest of this I'm going to put into my turquoise cup because this one's going to be 1 part yellow and 3 parts blue. So this should work out perfectly. For my blue, again, the turquoise is going to be 3 parts blue with just 1 part yellow. So I'm going to put in 7.5 milliliters of the blue into my turquoise. I'm going to kind of let that settle a little bit, but you can see that it's definitely, let some light hit it, it's definitely got more of a turquoise color. I'm going to put my last 2.5 milliliters in my chartreuse. I'm hoping that I get a better chartreuse color this time. Let it kind of stir up. Should have brought a stirrer of some sort in here. There we go. Now you kind of see, once I let my colors mix a little bit, you can definitely see the difference between my chartreuse and my green and then my turquoise. So you can see that they're all 3 slightly different shades of the green color. All right, so now I'm going on. I'm gonna fill my blue up again. And this time, my blue violet is going to be 3 parts blue, 1 part red. And my red violet's going to be 1 part blue and 3 parts red. All right, this one you can see the sun in the background, it's kind of helping. So this one's just 1 part red, so it's gonna be 2.5 milliliters. You can kind of see that color changing as we go. And then the red violet is going to be 3 parts red. Add that to my 1 part blue. Oh yeah, I definitely should have done it this way the first time, guys. That is why you just always practice and adjust. So here is my kind of indigo blue color. You can kind of see it in the reflection. My purple's still trying to mix, but it's coming along. And then my last one, which is kind of more of a, almost like a cranberry color this time. It's a pretty color. All right, so then my last one, I'm filling up my yellow. And my yellow orange, the color, the letter that's in front or the name that's in front, so yellow orange, that's gonna be your more dominant color when you're mixing those 2 colors. So my yellow orange is going to be 3 parts yellow and then 1 part red. My red orange is going to be mostly red, so I'm going to just put my 1 part yellow in that one because that color is going to end up being a pretty deep red with just a hint of orange in it. All right, and then my last ones. So again, my red orange is going to be primarily red, so I'm going to put 7.5 milliliters in that one. And then my last 2.5 milliliters is going to go into my yellow orange. And then, again, we're just going to improvise. I don't have anything else over here. So I'm going to use a pencil to mix these up, which works pretty well actually, since the color doesn't stick to the pencil. Get our purples mixed up a little better here. All right, and to be able to show you a little better, I'm going to have my 3 primary kind of come in a little bit. Right there. So in the middle, you can see the red, the yellow, the blue. In between each of those, you can see the orange, the green, and the purple. I don't really want to pick those up, only because I don't want to drop the iPad. And then in between each of those, you can see all of the tertiary colors. So yellow, green, chartreuse, blue, green, which is teal or turquoise, blue, violet, which is kind of an indigo color, red violet, which is kind of a magenta or maroon color. That one's a little bit harder to see. Let me see if I can. So those are back here. And then the oranges still, they're just a little bit harder to get them to show up the right way. But the red-orange color, another name for that one is vermilion. And then the yellow-orange color, another name for that one is amber. All right, so